It's crime season, baby. And your crime of choice is drinking soy. Soy boys are going to get mogged. I was thinking about this the other day. If pDAI is pegged to $1, then the PulseChain core coins have a $1 asset they can be rotated into. I'll repeat that again. If pDAI is $1, okay, if it actually is $1 and it's been ping-ponging, which we'll get, if it has been ping-ponging around $1, it's demonstrated it's stable from 99 cents to $1.01. Then everybody who's in PulseChain, if you are taking profits, you don't have to take profits to sell, bridge, and leave out. You can take profits into pDAI and PWBTC if that is also fulfilling the prophecy. That would be huge, okay? Why? Because it helps keep profits within the ecosystem instead of bridging it all out like the previous bear market. Soy boys will be mogged. Thank you to the baby doll who made this picture out here. This picture is absolutely cracker, man. I've got a long list of gallery of just amazing pictures out here. So it is true. I want you to think about that. By the way, Mr. Pony picture. It's a mogger cycle, believers cycle, alien super cycle, Vietnamese super cycle. I expect a world-changing technology to be invented from Vietnam in the next 12 months. Something's coming out of Vietnam, right? So if that happens, friends, you got to remember as well, the whole point of crypto is to keep people in the network, people not leaving. Guess what gives it city value, by the way, that people don't leave, people stay. So if there's a stable coin, ping pong coin, that people could hold, it solves a lot of problems. I wonder if that's going to happen. We'll see. And we're here for the cult. Did you know, friends, Bitcoin holders used to be considered cultists back in 2013. Wired magazine wrote articles calling them all a bunch of weirdos who are waiting for Satoshi to rescue them. Satoshi never returned, but the price went up 100x. Actually went up more like 100,000x. It's funny. So if you've been watching my channel, highest value content in crypto, like and subscribe. You're very familiar with cults. Remember, friends, cult, short for culture. There's another part of cult. It's the occult, O-C-C-U-L-T. That's when you're doing demonic forces. You don't know what you're summoning, weird spirits, multiple dimensions, and just a lot of bad stuff and just weird stuff happens to you, okay? That's satanic worshipping stuff, okay? With crypto, we've become culture, okay? I guess you could say memes, culture, religion. You could say that, but the word cult, it's more funny. It's all true to the whole crypto spirit as well. Just call it a cult. Because everyone says, we're getting desensitized, by the way, friends. You know, like Adolf Hitler's swastika, the swastika thing? No, I don't give a shit about, do you? But 99% of people, look around society, most people, we're just desensitized. So it just doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? It's just splashed out there. We're just desensitizing so many. I mean, like naked girls, by the way, like OnlyFans. Like they made a commodity out of it now. You know what I mean? So it doesn't take... It doesn't take those things to shock us anymore, okay? You need something different. What are we going to shock by? We'll see. We'll see. Same thing with cults. The word cult used to be, oh, you're in a cult, dude. It's really bad. Doesn't mean anything now. It literally doesn't mean anything now. They call Apple a cult because people don't want to leave the ecosystem. By the way, a cult is, friends, it's funny. They call you a cult when it's somewhere you really want to be and you're not actually geographically bound and chained there, but you still choose to be there. Okay, that's what they call a cult for anything out here. That's what it is, just a bunch of passionate people. We just use different terms and labels and words and things out here. But in crypto, cults win. Why? Because cults are, remember, you start off with a JPEG, with just a picture, okay? And then you become a meme, which is a meme. Oh, meme, we're going to flip the US dollar. That's Bitcoin, right? That's their meme. We're going to flip the world. We're better money. Then you become a cult of Satoshi, where everyone's like, what's a cult do, friends? Remember, the cult, they really want to be there. Even when the price goes down, they don't want to leave. Okay? You transcend that. What's the highest level? A religion, a neo-religion. Neo stands for new. That's the highest level. That's what Bitcoin is, you know? XRP Army is trying to become a religion. You know what I mean? They're in the cult part. They're really trying to work at it. They're trying to become a world religion. Once you become a world religion, you indoctrinate your children to start getting into it. Okay? That's why Hex exhibits parts of a neo-religion because it's already, people do stakes like doxologists. People actually did stakes for their grandmas and grandpas and kids. They do 15-year stakes for their kids and stuff out here. You got to think about that, right? You pretty much book them all in. It's kind of like, friends, if you're Christian, you know, you get your baptism and your communion, your confirmation, all this stuff. It's all booked in. You know what I mean? You got the next 10, 15 years in. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. It's using smart contracts. Okay, so this is what gives these things value. What about pDAI though? Is pDAI a cult within a cult? Well, at the start, yeah. What if pDAI becomes a neo-religion? Think about it. What if you take profits from the risk-on core coins of PulseChain? What if your hedge against global liquidity contracting, what if your hedge is to be in pDAI? Okay, it's interesting because everybody's going to take profit. That's the funny part, friends. A lot of people say to me, oh no, but you know, you guys are all going to sell in a bull market. Yeah, of course. I say that. I tell everybody that's what everyone's going to do. Yeah, but with pDAI people, they want to sell and stay. Everybody else wants to sell and leave. Yeah, they all want to do that. They literally all want to do that, friends. Go speak to pDAI people. Not a single person in Telegram says, I can't wait to sell and walk away forever. No one says that. That's in all the other Telegrams. That's in, you know, it's every altcoin pretty much. They say, I can't wait to sell and just be done. Yeah, they all say that. Even PulseChain core coins. PulseChain, PulseX, Hex, people say, they say, oh, I can't wait to sell and just, I just want to leave. I want to take a full year break away. Here's the thing, man. If this is earning you a fee from the ping pong guild, there's no leaving. It's like you just hang out. Yeah, the engagement's down and the prices of all the assets are down. Remember, friends, this would power up in a bear market. Why? Because that's if it ping pongs to a dollar, and successfully we can do this. It's because when global liquidity collapses, which I'll show you here, the US dollar becomes more scarce. Some say scarce. When the global liquidity is contracting in our bear market, the US dollars become more rare, and pretty much everything is getting wrecked except the US dollar. The US dollar is actually risk off in the world in like 9 out of 10 cases. In that 1 out of 10 case, it becomes gold. That's when even the US has no 100% confidence in it, right? So that's gold would be like your super analog hedge against these things, but we'll worry about them later, right? Check out this great useful information. This is the Genius Act, right? A stablecoin regulation summary of what's happening. So pretty much, friends, there are key rules. Issuers of a fiat-pegged token like USDC must be licensed. So if you are fiat-pegged, you must be licensed, which means you have US dollars in a bank account. Platforms offering custody, redemption, or fiat ramps are regulated. Even bridges and tech-only systems may fall under this scope. Okay? Then it likely operates outside of the Genius Act's regulatory scope. So they're talking about pDAI here. It operates outside of it. Look at this. Railgun plus pDAI moves into USDC, moves into Coinbase Pay, moves into the Coinbase card. Wow. So it's showing you a method that's been leaked out here in the community from some sneaky members where you use Railgun, the privacy protocol, into pDAI. It can swap into USDC. So you have privacy, and then it goes out to your merchant cards. So you can convert it into USDC, and then you just put it on your card, right? And it actually has the line here. Shield pDAI using Railgun technology, swap it privately to USDC, withdraw USDC to a public wallet, bridge to Coinbase chain, send USDC via base pay, deposit into Coinbase, spend Coinbase's crypto credit card. Wow. That would be one hell of a turnout, wouldn't it be? That's big as well. So remember, friends, stablecoin, right? It's not a stablecoin. It's a ping pong coin. It's in the safe zone. If pDAI does not claim a fiat redemption, is non-custodial and decentralized, and avoids marketing as a one-to-one stablecoin, then it likely operates outside of their jurisdiction. That's why, do you see the stakes are high? The stakes are very high, friends. This is wonderful. It's actually pushing forward the crypto industry, okay? No one wants to hold in a bear market. You know, I know, no one wants to go through 4.5 years of hell. So what do you mean you don't want to hold in a bear market? It means you don't want to have all your portfolio in the risk-on stuff. So what do you need? You need a hedge. Okay, what's your hedge? You got to have the risk-off stuff. There's 2 things in crypto that are risk-off, okay? 2 things. There's Bitcoin. There's US dollars. USD stablecoins, okay? Bitcoin might be the PWBTC. And the US dollar is going to be the juicy pDAI. I hope it happens. Not financial advice. I peg my own nipples on the internet. I mean, you can't take me seriously, but if it happens, man, look, this is the thing as well, okay? I have firmly pegged nipples, but if this thing was happening, this is the chart that it would look like. It's actually doing the chart. It's doing the chart right here. So here we are right now. Yeah, it's a log chart of COPE. We're at around 0.5 cents. I think it's going to be very interesting once we get to that 2 to 3 cent zone and then we finally break up. Man, that's going to be wild. Oh my gosh, imagine you just see it trading at 4 or 5 cents, because then we're going to be like, oh my God. We're going to be like absolutely ecstatic, but we'll see. This is me showing you again. This is a nice write-up explaining how pDAI can connect to USDC at $1 and be used for a real-world spending. PulseChain is the Liberty chain. Thank you to Mr. Kingsman. Earn yield, the pDAI exit theory. pDAI, USDC, Coinbase, real-world spending. So this is pretty much showing you the flowchart out here. There you go, friends. So that's... You got to wonder, who's putting this out here? Like, you know, we're not putting this out there. It's random, anonymous, suspicious accounts coming out showing everyone, wow. Isn't that the end dream, though? That's literally the best, by the way. But this is... home run. You have a native decentralized ping pong coin, which is outside the jurisdiction because it's not a stable coin. That's pDAI. And then there's railgun technology, privacy, which makes it private. And then when you want to withdraw it, you can withdraw it to a public wallet somewhere and swap it for USDC. Okay, now you have USDC and you can funnel your way into Coinbase chain, get their card, and you can go spend it out at merchants. You know what I think is going to happen, man? I think we're going to do this and merchants are going to accept it. And then later on, the government's going to be like, we want to track this stuff, you know, because what if we want to print more money in the future? We don't want people to have these nice off-guard rails. We need to know where the money comes from. And they're going to try to do that. But luckily, we're on the right side of history, friends, before they bring all these regulation stuff. The Genius StableCoin Act. Only approved entities can issue a USD stablecoin. It must hold one-to-one reserves and publish a monthly report. They are not treated as securities. Foreign issuers are allowed if they are AML compliant. Oversight by state or federal regulators. pDAI is the solution. Yup, this one is doing numbers. This is Liberty Swap Finance. Great picture out here. Look at her again. Check it out. Hot mama, what's cooking? So remember, friends, because it is crime season, we're going to have to build up into this friendship pump. But are you seeing the story now? Are you seeing how thesis, this is not just like, oh, story, AI agents. No. It's, dude, there is a problem in crypto now. The problem is we don't have a native decentralized stablecoin, number one. We don't have that. And two, we don't have any privacy solutions. All we've got is this Tornado Cash stuff. That's why, man, what if it's real? What if Richard can see Railgun works? So you have Railgun with pDAI, swaps into USDC if you need to move it, and then you can just move it to $1 because this thing just sits there. So basically what you're doing is you would keep your private money is all hidden. It's a private vault. No one can see, okay, because it's privacy tech, yeah? And whatever you want to spend for your credit card, you can withdraw that and then go move it out. That's literally the dream. Because right now, you can't do that. Right now, they have that privacy part. Right? You don't. Right now, it's all public. So, you know, hopefully one day you're a billionaire and people are trying to take you down because you don't agree with the current narrative. You'll see. Friends, this is very suspicious as well. I showed this the other day. Binance, are they colluding with PulseChain's Liberty Swap? So Liberty Swap posted this on PulseChain, and then Binance a minute later posted this, the ASCII, on build, time to build. And they wrote on PulseChain. Man, that's just... Are they screwing with us? Is something big's coming out? It's Liberty Swap, you know what I mean? It's just... We'll see. And I just want to show you the stellar rise of Liberty Swap. Of course, man, if you're new, just so you knew, I don't get paid by Liberty Swap. I don't even know who runs it. I don't know who runs Liberty Swap. I don't even know if it's one person or a team. I don't know what they do. I don't know how to check their tech. I'm not paid whatsoever. I'm just a guy on the internet who's participating in crime season by trying to arrest people, but also encouraging crime. And here I am pegging my own nipples, telling you that Liberty Swap Finance has amazing technology. And it might be a secret weapon for PulseChain. It's making everyone excited because it's privacy. It actually gives PulseChain an edge. So if this thing starts to push us up, right? I've already got it loaded. Like my brain's just, you know, this peanut brain, the salt crystals, they're working overtime. Once PulseChain goes up, you're going to get maybe the Twink brothers, maybe Randy Boo, maybe Ivan going, why is this going up? Why is it going up? They'll say, is Richard back? It's because Richard's back. What if Richard's not back? So I'm going to tell them why it's going up. And I'm going to say, because it has crypto's #1 leading privacy solution for a layer 1 chain. We'll make it nice and digestible. Yeah, because that'll be awesome. They'll be like, what? It's the #1 leading technology for a layer 1 chain with privacy. And then they'll start, what is it? What is it? And then they'll see what it works, okay? So these things will come because when things go up, people have to know, why is it going up? Why? And real answers, more buyers and sellers, but they really want something like that. See, here's the thing, friends. When you're the world's, and crypto's global, when you're the world's #1 privacy solution, native decentralized layer 1 chain thing, no one else can take it from you. There's no diluting it away. There's nothing. The best that you can get if you're going to dilute it is after we go up heaps, Justin Sun releases one of his own things with a railgun thing. Because I'm sure Justin and Richard, they watch each other. Okay? Probably in the bathroom. You never know. Okay? So, you know what I mean? That's a big advantage, by the way. You can't just easily copy paste this. Right? So who cares about this speed, bro? Because here's the thing, right? This is, as I'm telling you, PulseChains, it's cycle 1. It is an advantage here. Okay? No one's ready to copy it yet. They will after this price goes up, but not yet. Okay? So when PulseChain goes up, we're going for, think about this, okay? Other chains, what are they going for? Speed. Okay, Ethereum, decentralized. Okay, you win that game. That's old narrative stuff. Okay, Phantom, Solana, what are they all going for? Speed. 10,000 transactions per second. 1,000,000 transactions per month. 1,100,000. That's all they're going for. Speed. No one cares. They're like, hey, man, I realize that if you let me do transactions faster, I just lose money faster. So I don't give a shit about that. We've done that. That was all of 2024. That was Solana. Speed. Try math. That's pretty much what it was. We're moving beyond that into something else. I don't know what the next thing's going to be, but it's nice if PulseChain's going up. You are throwing out this into the universe. World's #1 privacy chain. Right? Because they don't know how to fit it. They'll try to find ways to fit it. Because it's not a privacy chain. Privacy is a secondary thing, because we've tried that in crypto, just to let you know, in 2021. They've tried to release chains that are just for privacy, as in terms of like, oh, do private things. And I'm like, man, based off network effects, these aren't going to work out because it's like, how do I put it? Like, it's like wearing a trench coat, like, people want to wear trench coats maybe when they want to hide from the public and they want to. Let's say you're a secret. Let's say you watch Your Friend Somi on repeat and you go into a secret Your Friend Somi meetup in your local city and you got to wear your trench coat to hide. But you don't want to wear your trench coat all the time. You just want to use the trench coat to get from maybe your home, get on the bus, and then go to a secret underground bunker, right? You don't want to wear it all the time. Just like Monero. A lot of people wonder, if Monero is so useful, why isn't it like, $1 trillion market cap? The answer is because people want to do privacy for transacting, but they don't want to live a private life the whole time. They don't want to hide everything. They just want to hide when they need to hide. You get it? It's the same thing when it comes to these. So it wouldn't even be a privacy chain. It would have this cool tech that enhances all this cross-chain stuff out here, makes it easier and simpler. But, friends, well, also, maybe Richard actually comes out and he probably will do something like that, where he gives short, digestible words that are easy to spam. Remember I told you PulseChain's real DeFi? That's real good. Yeah, so that when we go up, hey, why is it going up? Because PulseChain's real DeFi. It's real DeFi. Or PulseChain is, PulseChain's where the cypherpunks from Bitcoin moved to. There you go. That stuff comes up. But they all just doesn't matter. They're all words to describe the monthly candle color. We got to get them up first. Are you excited? I just want us to pump. Like, subscribe. Catch you soon.